They say that anything worth having is worth waiting for, and I have waited to try Drive from Ellen Wille in Bernstein Rooted for, I think it's about 2 years now. It's quite a while, maybe even longer, maybe 2.5 years. So I am so excited today to be looking at what is one of their most classic styles in Bernstein Rooted, which is a classic color for those of us who are looking for bronze. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ashley. This is Life Beyond Locks, and we look at all things related to wigs, hair loss, hair toppers, human synthetic, everything in between. And I'm very, very pleased. Thank you to Ellen Wille for sending this over. I'm very pleased to be looking at it with you today. So this style is one that I just recently tried for the first time about 2 months ago. It was on loan, and now I actually have my own copy of it. I have not tried Bernstein Rooted. In fact, I haven't even looked at it until this moment. I really wanted to take a look at it with you and kind of explore it together. So here are the stats on Drive. It is 4.6 ounces. They call it a light density, which I can confirm it's a light density wig. Heat friendly. It has a 12-inch front, 13.5-inch crown, 11 from the sides, and 7 from the nape. It has a monofilament parting area that is a center part. So you can't part to the left or right. This one is definitely a center part. You've got sort of like a basic cap construction on either side of that. Open wefting, velvet ear tabs, and your adjusters are Velcro, which is my personal preference anyways. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the tag because we are most certainly keeping her. And as I do that, I would just want to say that this month Ellen Wille is celebrating Drive, which is, you know, one of their iconic styles that has been on everybody's, you know, wish list, I'm sure, for quite some time. And so they're celebrating that this month, which is really cool. Okay, I'm struggling here, so I'm gonna get some scissors and I'll be right back. So the reason that I went for the Bernstein Rooted was because it is a rooted color, which is something that I very much love. Now I know rooted colors aren't for everybody, and I actually have a friend on here who has very much been looking for non-rooted blondes. I featured another company's brand new blonde, and they were really happy about that. But for a majority of us, having some rooting is nice because it disguises the bio hair. If you do plan to blend your bio hair in, it just really helps with all of that. But it also just adds overall dimension. Now, Bernstein Rooted in particular, I wanted because I knew that it had a bunch of the lighter blondes, but also the darker blondes. It has some neutral tones and even almost ashy at the root, but then it has golden color throughout. So I think it's a diversity of colors, which is great, whether you are like me and you lean ashy or if you lean warmer. I feel like this is going to be the color that works for so many different women, which is the reason that I wanted to have it, because not only do I hope it looks good on me, but I feel like if it looks good on me, it's going to look good on a lot of you. And that is what it's all about, is finding the pieces that are kind of universal. That's always my goal when I'm shopping for wigs. I'm never really looking as much for myself as I am for this community and just trying to find things that are going to apply to a lot of people. And then when people want requests for something very specific, let me know and I'll do what I can to feature that as well. Okay, so let's give it a try. I'm not going to move the adjusters because I'm wearing a wig grip. So it is average cap. We'll see how that goes on my 21.25-inch circumference. I think I've got it in place. I'm just looking right into the camera there. Classic style. Okay, so she's a bit of a face flopper right now. So I am going to apply some heat to keep the piece back. But how great is this style? Right out of the box. We haven't even broken up the part yet, but you can see that it does have a nice part line there. Absolutely ear tuckable. And that Bernstein Rooted blends beautifully with my medium brown ashy bio hair. So I knew going into this, that would be one of my biggest concerns, is the ability to blend at the hairline. It's so important to me because I'm such an ear tucker. I love when I can not only ear tuck, but I can look good doing it, because not every piece that allows for an ear tuck actually works for an ear tuck, but this piece here, absolutely, as you can see, it just looks like it's meant to be tucked behind your ear, right? It works so well. So it is a face flopper otherwise, so for me, ear tuck is how I'm gonna resolve it most of the time, but if you wanted to apply a little bit of heat, it is heat friendly, so you can just go ahead, apply some heat with a blow dryer, although That's not on the record because you're not actually supposed to use a blow dryer heat, but add a little bit of heat here, or, you know, a very low heat curling iron or heat comb, which is something else that I love to use. Then you just brush it back and hold into place while it's on a mannequin head, not on your own head, of course, because we don't want to burn our heads, and going light with the heat and only upping slowly once we're sure that we're not melting the fiber. Once you hold it, clip and cool, and you'll release, and it will automatically stay back. I'll give you a full spin so you can see the overall style and density. What do you think? Do we like the color? Like I said, this is one that I remember seeing on my friend Bridget more than 2 years ago, and it looked so good on her, and she and I have actually quite different coloring. So this is one that for sure is going to be universal. Thank you to Ellen Wille for sending this over. If you have any questions about it, please let me know, and I will answer them below. If you want to see what it looks like in a little low pony, there it is. So it is quite low density, and I know, oh, look at that. So normally I don't propose doing a ponytail with a piece that doesn't have a curtain bang, but I actually think you can do it with this piece, especially if you have a little bit of bio hair to pull out. But I know people are going to ask, so let's take a look and see if there's any permatease actually, because I know after the fact I'm going to get asked about permatease and I won't have an answer. So as I take this apart, I'm really looking in here at these side wefts. I don't see, well, maybe just the tiniest insy wincy babyest amount under like the second weft there. You might say that there's like a little bit of, just a tiny little bit, but it's not really noticeable. This is a very flat style, one of the most flat styles that I have ever seen in a synthetic wig. So if you don't like permatease, you're gonna love Drive if you haven't already gotten her in your hands. Absolutely beautiful classic style. Chef's kiss. I'm very, very pleased today. Maybe this will be the wig of the summer.